This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so there is a string, for example, consider string str equals to, and the Java program, yeah, this is your string. And then I want to count the number of characters in this. Okay, so I will create a variable count and then assign it to 0. Okay, so my count variable now, the value is 0. What is a variable? It is holding a value. Okay, so now to count this, we have a method str.length. Okay, and in interview you might be getting the question like without using the method. Okay, so without using the inbuilt method, if you have to calculate the length of a string, yes, we need to write a logic, and then you will be able to calculate the length. For example, now I will assign count equals to str.length. So what this method is, this method will count the length and then it will return. Okay, so this length method will return some value and we have to hold it in a variable. Okay, so length is defined in this Java language dot string dot here in this package. Okay, and then what is the implementation of length method? So public int length, so it is returning the int type and method is a length. Okay, so what is a method? Method is reusable component. Okay, so that is whenever we need we can call that, and so it can be reused. So it will be now in the count there is a length. Okay, so what it is we can see directly. So here I am typing sys out and control space, you will be able to see, and then I'll print a count. Okay, and save it, run it. This might be looking very simple. Okay, there is a method available count and then we are using that one, right? So what is the issue with this? Okay, I'll write in there. I copied and then added here. What I have added is so that project has got an issue. So I'll paste it here. Okay, and what is that? Oh, yeah, here it is. And then now I will run it. Okay, we have to give the package here. Okay, so it is printing 16, which is the length of. So if we are not allowed to use this length method, which is by default available in the Java, so we have to write a logic. Okay, it might be the interview question. So some logical programs you need to write in the interview. So what we will be using? For loop. For loop is the iterative, like it will iterate the statements repetitively till that condition is false. Okay, so now I am writing this I equals to 0. I is a integer variable and I less than, I will write around, you can take str dot length and till that length we will iterate, and then I plus plus. So here we are calculating length, so you will say what is the point in going till the length, and then we are counting that length only, right? So you can put in some by default, okay, some number 20 or 10. Till that time you will count, but here you will give a condition. If what is str dot caret, so caret is a method, it will return the, it will return a character at that particular location. Okay, so caret I means what? So initially I is 0 and character at 0 is t. Okay, and then if that is equals to, here we are not giving anything, which is blank. Okay, so if it is end of, so end of, till that end of, it is not equal to, till it is not equal to, you go on and then count plus plus. Okay, so increase the count and then print that count at the end. Okay, invalid character it is saying what it is. So if I take a space, till at a space it will show an error, and then caret not equals to is the right one. Why it is showing error? My bad. Okay, so it is showing some error. What it is the same one actually. So what is the end of file is a EOF, end of string. Just a minute, guys. Okay, so this we will see how to do that, but with the count method we can do it. Okay, so this logic is not working. Let me find out or write it in a way. And okay, so we'll see something simple programs. Okay, so here I wanted to show you the for loop. Okay, what is a for loop? For loop will iterate one condition. Okay, so till this condition is true, your statements will be executed. Okay, so that is in the for loop we will be performing. And then if else is a statement. So in if, till that condition is true, sorry, if that condition is true, if that condition is true, that block will be executed. Okay, so if that is not true, so else block will be executed. So if condition true means you are saying 1 equals to 1, like this. Okay, so if that condition is true, if I am saying that count equals to count equals to 14, okay, equals to 14, then it will not be executing. It is not a true, right? So the count is 16, or else it will be executing the else. So if I write here this out, and then I will write the count is 14, and then here I will write count is not 14. So here the condition is what we are evaluating is 14 or not 14. Okay, and then so what if and else is performing? If your if block is false, then else will be executed. If that your condition is evaluating to true, so this block will be executed. Okay, so count is not a 14, it is printing. So if you write in here 16, so the count is 14. Oh, we have to write it here 16. So the count is 16, it is printing. Yes. Okay, so if else is a statement, and this way it will be executed. Okay. Any questions, guys? No? Okay, so now we will see what is the for loop, and then so I am commenting here control and slash on comment and comment. Okay, so I'll not write in this condition. Okay, something I have, and then that statement I want to repeat for a 10 times or 20 times, so you can use a for loop. Okay, for example, I want to print in a same thing for a 10 times, or a perform same action for 10 times, you can use a for loop. For loop means what? It will be executing that statements multiple times. If I want to write that whatever you want to print in just hello. Okay, and then that hello you want to print for 10 times. So your condition is initially I equals to 0, and it will check a condition I less than 10, it is true, it will execute. Okay, and then again I plus plus, and then again it will check for a condition. Now I is 1, so 1 is again 1 less than 10, condition is true. Okay, so it will be executing again this statement. So the condition will be true till 10 times, and then 10 times hello will be printed. So you can see in the output. Okay, just I executed. So hello is printed 10 times. What is the use of this one, you might be thinking. Okay, so you have in the program you have to perform same action multiple times, or print in, or anything you need to repeat. You can use a for loop. We have while loop as well. So while loop will also perform the same action, but wherein you will not have anything to give here like that. Okay, so no need to give any uh, initial value and the increment or anything. So just you can write in some condition. Till that condition is true, your loop will be executed. Okay, so if that condition is evaluating to true, that many times your while loop will be executed. Okay, so what you will do now, so now the same thing I want to print hello 10 times, and then I want to use a while loop, for example. Then what you will be doing here, I less than 10 you will give. Okay, and then somewhere you have to initialize I as in, here I will write I equals to 0, and then inside this will write I plus plus, and then every time the loop executing I is getting incremented with 1, and then your condition is true how many times, 10 times, and then 10 times hello will be printed. Okay, so this way you will be able to use a while loop. And whereas multiple times it happens that we initialize a value and then give a condition and increment, so for loop is a shorthand for that, all things to do in a one line. Okay, so three things you can do here: initialize, condition, and increment here. So while loop also will perform same thing, so it will execute that line multiple times here like this. Okay, so you will be having question like what or where we will be using this. Okay, so you can print in numbers 1 to 10 or 1 to 100. Okay, using the for loop. If you want to print by statement, so always we have to write system.out.println 100 times, and then it will be printed 100 count. Okay, 1 to 100. But you can do in a just short code, so many things you can achieve. Okay, now it is 10, you might be feeling okay, 10 times I will print system.out.println, but what if you have thousands and lakhs of times you have to execute or print the same statement? All right, so you need a while loop, it will help. Okay, so this was about a while loop, for loop. Any questions? Yes, very simple it is. Okay, so now we will see a basic topic, what is object and what is the class. Okay, so you have seen what is the class. This is the class. Everything in Java we write in the class. Okay, so everything we write, whatever in the Java is in the class. So program 2, it is a class name, prog2. Here test demo is your class name. Okay, class name is same as a file name. So that is your class. So what is the object here? So object has states and behaviors. So you can create the object of a class. Okay, so you can create object of a class means this is a class test demo. You will create, we can create a object of test demo. So what will happen when we create a object of test demo? So all things or whatever variables you have for that memory will be allocated in the object. Okay, object is, so each class can have multiple objects. We can create a multiple objects. Okay, so how we create a object with a, this is your class, and then I want to create a test as object equals to new and your class name. So this is the way you will create a object of any class. So this is the syntax, and new is a keyword. Okay, so this new will create a object test of a type test demo class. What is a test demo? It is a class. Okay, so class is a blueprint which has all the things, so kind of a template here, and you are able to create a object of it, of that class type. Okay, so what we create a variable, when we create a variable we create with the variable type. Okay, so which type it is? Character type it is. So now it is a class type variable. Object is a class type variable where we give the class name and then object name. Object name can be anything like a variable. Okay, so you can give your own other than your Java reserved words. What are your Java reserved words? So the Java reserved words are integer character or the public static void main and package. So these are your reserved words. So apart from that, you can take anything as a object name. Okay, object name and variable name. So declaration, a variable declaration with a variable name and object type. So it is a of type test demo, and the object name is test1, and we are using the new keyword to create a object. So new keyword will initialize the object. Okay, so new keyword will only create the object. And okay, so whatever you have in this test demo class, you can access with object of that class. Okay, so here you have a ch variable test1 dot name, no, public static void main. Okay. So I will create another class, okay, wherein we will see. So consider I am creating a class puppy, and then we'll take an example somewhere related to, and here I will write a, okay, this is your main method, and here I will write one one method. Okay, public. So this a method with the name
Yeah, guys, sorry I got disconnected due to the network issue. I am sharing my screen again. Okay. So we'll create a class, okay, class with the name puppy, and then we'll take a variable integer age. Okay, so puppy age, and then we'll write a method to set and get that variable. Okay, so then you will be able to understand what is the object, and then how we can access the variables of that class. Okay, so for example, you have got a here, and then here it is the class. Okay, and here we'll take a integer puppy age as a variable and a method. So what is a method? Reusable component. How we reuse? We'll see now. So set age, and to this will pass a integer age. Okay, so this is called as parameter. In this method, this is method name. Okay, void is a return type, public is a visibility, integer age is a parameter. So here I want to, what parameter it is coming, I want to assign that to puppy age. So my puppy age equal to age. So this age parameter will come from a main method when we create a object. So when we call set age, we will be passing one number, so that number will come in this age variable. And I'll write a one more method, public integer get age. So this is a method, it will return the age. So integer is a return type, so I am writing in here and then it is. So now in this I will return this value of the puppy age of that object. Okay, so and before that it returns, we'll write some print statement. Okay, puppy age is something, and then variable. Okay, so plus is a concatenation operation that will add a numbers with the, sorry, string with the variable. Okay, so now here I will create a object of a class puppy. Okay, so new, sorry, puppy, I will create a p1 equals to new and then class name. Okay, so now your object p1 has got a, what all you have in the puppy class. Okay, what is p1 dot, you can access the puppy age. Okay, so whatever you want to assign, you can assign that as a age. And you can assign with the set age. What is the set age here? Set age is taking some parameter which is the age. So if I pass in 2, so it will set to 2. Okay, so I will comment this, double slash is for commenting, or it will not be having any programming meaning, or compiler will ignore that statement. Okay, so I don't want to assign to 10 actually. Okay, so that's why I'm giving here. So I want to set with the method. So set age is a method which is taking a input. Okay, so which is taking a input, what I am passing here, 2 I am passing, and that is again set to here in the age and then puppy age, now assigned to age. Okay, so what 2 is coming here internally, age is age equal to 2, that assignment is done. So internally puppy age is, puppy age equals to 2, it is assigned, right? So after this statement is executed, so your puppy age is set to 2 for this object. Okay, so p1 dot, if I say get age, so it will print this. What is a get age? So I am calling, that time it will be executed. So if I don't call these two methods, nothing will be executed. So Java program execution main point is main method. Okay, so the execution starts from main method, and then if we are calling, then only that methods will be executed. So how many times we call, that many times it will be executed. So when you create a object, so what will happen, your puppy has got what all things you have got inside the puppy class. This is your puppy class. Okay, so and here you have a one age, and other is you have a method set age and get age. Okay, so these two methods are there in your this class. When you create a copy of this class, so this class object you create means you are creating a p1 object. Okay, and then memory will be allocated for this 3, and so your P1 will be pointing to that memory, okay, memory location. So what is P1? P1 is a object which has all the components which are there in the class, okay, and then memory is allocated for all that variables, okay. And in P1 you have got a memory allocation for a age, right? So what is that? Puppy age is a variable for that memory is allocated, and then with this object you will be methods, okay. So here we can create multiple methods like this. So I'll give different names, P1, P2, P3. So each copy will be created. This is a P1. Again, we created a P2. So again, a puppy age variable for a P2 will be created. Okay. So that is another a separate one. Okay. Like this. So how many objects you create, that many different copies will be created. So now this value I assign to 2. So this value we can assign to 10 or anything different. Okay. So now P2 dot, if I say P2 dot puppy, sorry, what is method I want to set with the method. So I'll set as a 5. Okay. So what is now for this object copy? It is age is 5. Okay. So P2 dot get age. So it will print that age 5 for this another object. So likewise you can create multiple objects and then multiple copies will be created for the data members of a class. Okay. What a class is? Class is a blueprint, and then object is, it is instance of a class. So each instance has a each copy, right? So it has a different memory allocated for the data members of a class, and each time puppy age is set to different value, whatever we are calling here from the so at set age we are calling with 2. So 2 is assigned here as a age as a puppy age, okay. And here we are passing 5, so 5 is assigned to here. So if I run now, so you can see once it is 2 and once it is 5. Yes. So this is the class and object and methods, okay. So guys, we'll continue tomorrow, okay. So now we'll continue agile and manual testing training, okay. So yeah, so that one will start after 5 minutes, okay guys. So you can join in again after 5 minutes.